Hi, my moonbeam, it's Mayabi, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be watching Caddicarus' Spider-Man PS4 video. Now, so the only Caddicarus video that I have not seen, mainly because when this original video came out, I was already playing Spider-Man, so I didn't want to watch it to get spoiled. But now, here we are, 7 years later. I'm so sorry, but here we are watching the Caddicarus Spider-Man PS4 video. Let's do this. Okay, here we go.
Spoilers, alright, okay, nice. The best dream I ever had was when I was walking down the street in the middle of the night and said hello to the postman, but as soon as I waved at him, some sticky, stringy stuff flew out of my wrist. 9 months later, the postman had twins, and then Spider-Man for the PS4 came out to let me relive that very same dream. This is the closest outfit I have, shut up. It's Spider-
I love it already. Because he's already in a Deadpool outfit, and it's just, I mean, it's close enough, but I love it so much already. Again.
Man on PS4, the best Spidey game ever made? Well, if you're asking me, you're goddamn right it is. This game was so good I nearly finished it 100%, which I never do for modern releases.
I did
and the best
too.
thing about it
I have
is
all
that
the
if you
achievements.
have a favorite 3D Spider-Man game of the past, there is something here for you. There's something here for everybody. Do you like the indoor level styles of the PS1 Spider-Man
I
series?
do.
Great, because this game's got them. Do you like the pure and utter freedom and moments
Oh,
of
I
crime
love it,
stopping
yes.
from Spider-Man 2 on PS2? Great, because this game's got that too. Do you like the amazing Spider-Man 2 on PS4?
No.
Well, it doesn't matter, because that game is shit and this one's better than it. In fact, I'd argue this game has too big of an ego for its own
Not
good.
wrong.
It's freaking amazing from the second it starts. You get a brief intro cutscene, Peter Parker grabs himself some lovely and sticky webby toast, and then off you go. You're playing the game already, seamlessly transitioned from the cutscenes, and you get to feel firsthand how great this game feels right then and there, which will last until the end of the game. You don't even get that whole tired shtick of starting a Spider-Man game with Uncle
Oh, that
Ben
was
with
so
the whole, "Oh, isn't he
annoying,
lovely?
yeah.
He's like the dad that Peter never had. With great power comes great responsibility." You know the story, you know the spider bite, and this game knows that it doesn't need to waste your time with it. You're just off straight away, zipping through buildings at 100 miles an hour, spinning webs of any size, catching thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Christ, Peter Parker, slow down! You're gonna give yourself a heart attack before you're 30. I think someone's been eating a little bit too much Peterbix. The actual story, though, starts off with a bang. You're on your way to stop the lord of all New York City crime, the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk.
We're not Wilson Fisk.
And this whole segment kicks off the rest of the game
Oh my god,
beautifully. It not only
Caddy.
provides you with every basic enemy type and allows you to fight one of Spidey's oldest and most dastardly foes straight away, but also explains organically why all the crime in the city goes haywire right after you finish this intro mission. You've locked up the Godfather, of course the crimes will increase with everyone trying to take over. And despite the crime fighting being a part of the gameplay,
That's very
it
true,
doesn't
yeah.
feel video gamey because of that. It feels real. This is true for the rest of the crime syndicates and corrupt organizations you uncover as the game continues, but even when you complete the checklist amount of crimes needed for completion in each.
Okay, hold on real quick, Caddy. The one thing I will say is that this game is just made with people in mind that love Spider-Man, and it is so evident in the way that the game plays, how the game moves, and how the story is told. It's absolutely wonderful. Okay.
District, you can still get intercepted by undercover operatives from Fisk trying to avenge him, and muggings will still be happening at random points all over the place to increase the authenticity and give you more XP. After then taking down Fisk, you're sitting there thinking, well, god damn it, I've just locked up the head of all crime in the city, time to web the game into the bin! And just then, the plot then switches gears and focuses on this guy known as Martin Lee, supervillain alias Mr. Negative. Not only because he's literally photo negative in his design, but because his name fits his character. He's definitely more of a glass half empty kind of guy, you know what I'm saying. Oh, and by the way, Norman Osborn is the mayor in this game, and not a single person likes him. That's it for the setup, though, because for most of the game, and I mean most of the game, you find yourself flying around this absolutely bustling and gorgeous cityscape with your dubious white substance, very similar to that bit in Silence of the Lambs. And let me just say, very calmly,
Oh my god.
this game fucking nails the ant-infested web swinger! This
Also, guys, sorry about the lag in the video. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's lagging like that, but I also agree this game does nail the web swinging. It's so good. It even gets better in later games like Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2. So the web swinging in Spider-Man PS4 or yeah, Spider-Man 2018 was absolutely phenomenal. They have nailed that so hard. Okay.
game makes you, without sounding cliche,
Are you say feel like Spider-Man?
like
Oh my god.
become the Batman. I'm not kidding though, there's a reason that saying has been repeated by games journalists over and over again more than my grandma says that hurts. Whether you're stopping a car full of drug dealers or catching bloody pigeons for a close friend, you feel like the Spider. There's no other way to describe it. Every ability Spider-Man has is utilized to the fullest, and even side missions have you doing all sorts of things you'd see in the comics or animated shows, like stalking people and
it's really
taking
cool.
recon pictures while climbing buildings, and even high-speed chases. And the swinging itself, it's heavenly, it's bliss, it's delicious, and the way the game's soundtrack dynamically shifts to a grand
fucking amazing,
score
yeah.
the second you get some speed going adds to how great it feels. To be clear for a second,
Exactly,
though, most people
yes.
swear by Spider-Man 2's swinging controls and how realistic
It was
the weight
good for the
felt.
time,
You could even
yes.
stay stuck on a building and not move at all if you wanted, but here, that kind of manipulation doesn't work anymore. I mean, you still need something to attach to make the web swinging work, which
Yes,
does
you
work
do.
with the physics very well, but this game is entirely built around much faster and expressive swinging with a singular trigger. And saying that, even the game itself takes a jab at Spider-Man 2 as it stands.
That totally worked last time.
You've got some guts, game. But hey, I did love Spider-Man 2 when it came out all that time ago, but taking nostalgia shades off for a second, I don't even think you can compare that one to this for how much different everything else is. Consider Spidey 2 a foundation that the PS4 game expands tremendously upon and being made much more animated and flowing. By holding and letting go of R2 in the correct intervals, and depending on if you jump at the lowest and highest point of the swing, you increase either your speed or verticality. And based on that, you can control how Spidey flies around to a T, as long as you have something to web onto,
yes.
of course. The web swinging is integrated beautifully into the speedy parkour, and in order to do this in the most natural and efficient way possible, the game helps you out with many simple actions you can activate on the fly while doing the rest of the complicated positioning yourself to never make it feel like a chore. You can speed towards objects in front of you with a quick zip command, link building top parkour into perch launching and quick zipping
The zipping is
directly
very
onto other
good.
rooftops, quickly change directions
It's very
with more
fluid
quick
as well,
zipping onto
yeah.
things directly next to you, launch high into the air and skydive to increase your speed for the next swing, and I was even learning things never explained in text boxes directly to you, like holding web on the building you're attached to allows you to then detach and wall run automatically, and then using the high-speed web zip command while wall running allows you to fly upwards, and holding L2 usually slows down the game into an aim mode so you can put yourself onto objects or fly towards enemies. But
This
if
is
you're already
very
swinging
helpful.
and holding R2 to swing, then you can just tap L2 to lock onto the nearest perch and keep the momentum going, especially if you leap off of that. And the first time I did a web swing through grates, I lost my shit. Look how smooth this is.
And this is me only talking about the web
Yeah, that
swinging
is so
and nothing
sick.
else
I
that the
love
game
when that
does
happens. When it happened to me for the
dramatically
first
well,
time,
like the combat,
I was
for instance,
actually
which,
like,
if
I had to
you've played the
pause and
Arkham
walk
games
away. It was
before,
so sick.
You'll recognise, but I found this a lot more reaction-based, a lot more skill-based, and I died a good few times trying to learn
Yes.
the ins and outs of it.
Overall, though, it is great stuff.
Same
At its
here
most
as well.
very basics, it is
The combat in Spider-Man PS4 2018 is actually very good. Yeah, it harkens back to Arkham, but it's also, like you said, very challenge-based, skill-based. And I also did die a few times because I played it on Spectacular, and then I did it again on Ultimate, which means you gotta be on your fucking A game when it comes to dodging and not getting hit by rocket monsters. But man, it's a great fucking game. He's nailing this. He's nailing this exactly.
Batman Arkham. You dodge when your spider sense flashes, attack with basic action buttons, have to use different tactics during brawls to take down shield enemies, brute enemies, and sword or whip enemies, but it is also a little trickier and way more flashy and impressively animated. Honestly, I prefer it.
Yes.
It's more punishing for mistakes, a little bit more
Especially
free in
when
the
it comes
movement, and it
to
looks a
boss
lot
fights
cooler,
as
so
well.
what more can I say? Dodging when your spider sense tingles doesn't do the Arkham thing as well, when the game automatically lets you counter and gives you a biscuit every time you press the button whenever you see the prompt. Here, it just gives you a rough idea when you should probably dodge, and using enemy animations and sound cues is what helps you get the timing perfect. You can dodge away from attacks, or in some cases dodge into them, which allows Spidey to slide underneath the enemy, hit them, and then keep the combo going at the risk of being closer in the middle of the danger zone.
Yes.
And like web swinging,
Yes.
there's loads of tricks you can do never explained to you directly, or until you unlock them through XP. You have punches and kicks on square, but then everything else web related mapped to triangle, which can be used to home attack in on any target wherever they happen to be on the map, grab and
As
swing
well
enemies
as
at
you
each
can
other
use
or
your
pull
web
them
shooters as
towards you
well
to keep
to
them away, pull them
make them
upwards into
stick
the
to
sky get an
surfaces
aerial
too.
combo going, disarm them, and this isn't including grabbing all the other
Yes,
objects and items in
exactly.
the world around you to cause utter devastation when swung around or pulled
Oh yeah,
down.
I
And since the
love
game is
doing
built a
that.
lot around
I love doing that
Arkham-style
too.
soft locking, you'll find that keeping combos going between enemies by web attacking towards them or launching them into the air ready to ground slam them all, or even web swing kick the arseholes off buildings, is done pretty accurately most of the time for the most natural looking and graceful superhero combat I've ever seen in a game. You can pull off Tony Hawk Pro Skater level ridiculousness here, it's great, even to the point of dodging into walls mid-air and then launching straight back off of them again into someone's face to get into the
Oh, I
action.
love
The
that
way that
move
health works
where
is
you
neat too,
actually
since it's not one of those games that lets you
dodge
recover
onto the
over time
wall.
by
Spider-Man
escaping the
runs into the
danger and coming
wall,
back
and then
when
you
you're
can
ready or giving you
hit
items for it.
square
No.
or you hit
Instead, if you want your
X
health back,
on
you need
Xbox,
to trade your
and you
focus
just
points
hit
for
him.
it, which
It's
is
so
built up
cool, like
depending
a
on how well you
pinball.
do in the combat, you know, keeping the combos going, not taking damage, etc. Get better at the game, take more risks, and be braver in group brawls, use more gadgets if you want to, and you'll see the focus bar go up pretty quickly, after which you can choose to press the down button to get a portion of your health back depending on how much focus you have, rewarding those who adhere to the rules established by the game that makes it the most fun and satisfying way to play it in combat, being in the middle of it. If you're overconfident though, you can trade a massive chunk of your focus for a one-hit kill attack instead, which you then have to charge the focus up again with if you need to heal, so deciding on what to use your focus on as and when is a subtle yet extremely effective mechanic, especially in the middle of all this chaos. And
Yes, I
all the
also agree
one-hit
with that
kills
too,
are
yeah.
indeed uniquely animated and look bloody incredible.
Oh, and even better, you can turn off QuickTime events in the pause menu. Yes,
It's the
even for
fucking-
the
it's the
cutscenes, which
fucking
I did straight
Deadpool
away,
costume.
Because you remember what happened the last time Spider-Man used QuickTime events?
Yes.
I'm going to die!
Once you get
Spider-Man 3's quick time events are legendary in the form of memes. Yeah, Spider-Man 2's quick time events are just meme status legendary. They're not the greatest, but oh my god, can they be some of the funniest things I've ever seen. I'm so glad that he actually knows. I'm so glad that he knows that. I love it. Okay.
new suits from tokens you earn through side missions, you can also get new special moves to unlock that build up over time to be used whenever they're ready. Decoy holograms, ×4 damage, electric fists, shockwaves, iron spider arms, drone attacks, there's all sorts here. All of which affect the playing field in totally different
I
ways.
use Iron
can be swapped
Spider
when one
and the
seems more
hologram.
useful than the other in the middle of combat, and once again all look extremely cool. And in the same vein, there's different equipable web shooter gadgets that can be used on the fly or during the combat for insanely powerful and useful
Impact
moves that
Web for
once
the
again
win.
look really
Impact
damn cool,
Whipping
and you'll
for
get
the
refills
win.
depending on how well you do in stealth or the combat. The soft lock works really well with this too, so you don't feel like you have to keep on going into L2, but that does help sometimes, especially when there's a lot of people and you need to web up one person. These web shooter gadgets can be used at any point during the combos and are equally brilliant and fun to use as much as everything else here, and the game encourages you to experiment with all of them a little bit to increase your focus meter a lot quicker than usual. You can use basic web shooters to distract people or tie them up on the spot briefly, use ultra powerful web launchers to fly and stick people up against walls or different objects, use web tripwires that do the same kind of thing, fire web bombs to cover everybody in the gucky stuff, electrocute people. There's so many things you can do here, and some enemies even require the use of basic quick reloading web shooters to even fight in the first place, like brutes. It's completely nuts. You're webbing up people with your cream like a French baker with an icing bag and 2 kilos of crack. Do you understand why people kept saying that you feel like Spider-Man here and then? Yeah, it's very cliche to say at this point, but it really does such a fantastic job of it. Some missions you complete make the audience of people around you burst into applause, and you can walk on the ground level and say hi to your adoring fans. Or you can be horrible. And this stuff may make you feel like you're in Spidey's shoes for sure.
Holy shit, you're that bad, do a better enemy. But that's hilarious.
I mean, just look. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. How is the PS4 doing this exactly? There's tons of people walking around, so many colors and textures flying by faster than you can fart, and doing it all at a consistent frame rate.
No,
Oh my
actually, I
fuck.
changed my mind. This game is terrible. It's worse than
What?
shit on toast. Wanna know why? Because they don't even use
Why?
the pizza delivery theme from Spider-Man 2.
Oh my god.
Spider-Man on PS4, this is not a sin that
It's in
can
the game,
go
Caddy.
unpunished. Oh my god.
There it is.
Is that it?
Yes.
Mamma mia!
I mean, it isn't flawless. It does
Oh
have
my
weird moments like when
God.
all the traffic stops
I love
moving for
Caddy
no
so
reason, and
much.
all the cars look exactly the same. That's kind of strange. And Peter Parker himself kind of has a Thunderbirds thing going on. But everything else, from the sunlight streaking through the skyscrapers, the
Wow.
birds scattering as you disturb their rest, the way Spidey
I liked
realistically reacts with his body
I
to
think it was
buildings
John
and objects while
Cusack who
parkouring,
played
and I mean on
Peter Parker in
absolutely
the original.
everything. The way he sometimes uses double webs when you use the quick zip forward command if there are 2 buildings there for that extra level of immersion. And how about that escaping Electro mission? Look at this.
Oh, that was
shiny
so good.
bastard blow up everything, and I should be angry, but it's just so damn beautiful that I wanted to murder everybody in the city. My god, I was completely speechless through this whole part, and the fact that it wasn't a cutscene just makes it all the more impressive. Also, this bit happened, which was simply funny.
Vulture! Long time no see! We're going to have so much fun!
There was one part, though, that I actually got stuck on during a
I
mission
eat
because
shit,
the Saber
Vulture.
agents fitted out and wouldn't let me attack them. Are you alright there, mate? I think there's a building in your
I
way.
when
I
they
mean,
can
this shit was
attack
funny
them
enough, and then
too.
eventually I was allowed to attack them, but
Yeah,
then, oh dear,
that happens to
another
me
one
in
just
too
buggered
in
off to the
the
far reaches
sequel.
of space, meaning I couldn't finish the mission whatsoever without restarting the whole thing. What are you doing up there, coward? Overall, though, I mean, you have eyes, I assume, so I'm sure you can see that this game is luscious. There's nothing else I can say other than Spider-Man truly is a visual marvel. The presentation wasn't the only thing nailed down to accompany
Wow.
the game feel, because this, New York City, it's wonderful. Better than Arkham City by far, but this is to be expected. I mean, this game was made by Insomniac, the same people behind the original
The
Spyro
goats.
trilogy
The
and original
absolute
Ratchet
goats
and
of the
Clank. So
gaming
when it comes
industry
to
right now,
fantastically
still to
realized
me.
worlds oozing with life, I trust Insomniac with defleeing my dog with a blowtorch. The level of thought here is so brimming to the point of fast traveling being represented by a brief cutscene of Spidey riding the subway. And that moment I recorded when he finds a cosplayer and starts chatting to him left me gleaming. Okay, stop, that's too much. No, stop it, seriously. Enough. No, I said that. As did the parts later in the game when Spidey is essentially a fugitive and has to hide on the outside of the trams when he fast travels. And this bit made me smile too when he ends up teaching one of the side characters basics of self-defense, awkward handshaking from a fanboy and everything. And the relationship between Mary Jane
I
and
love
Peter,
that so
I
much.
actually cared about them both. And one of the coolest things about Spider-Man to me is how relatable and down-to-earth he is. Once you remove, you know that. He's just a guy at school struggling to pay the bills, and that is a lot cooler to me than eccentric billionaire Brucey here being miserable all the time.
So, wow. So, I also agree with that as well. Spider-Man is literally one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Marvel superhero because he means a lot to me because I relate to him so much with, struggling to pay the bills, just wanting to be the good person, and luck just seems to never be on his side. And I just always related to that so much with him. And he never gives up, which is something that I need to learn more, which is why I love Spider-Man so much. He's the reason that I still haven't given up yet. And I just want to say again, thank you to Spider-Man.
This texting moment where they misunderstand each other hits a lot of relatable notes for tons of people, I'm sure. But can I just give a word of advice to
Yes,
you,
oh
MJ?
my god.
I know you and Peter Parker have had your ups and downs, but come on, if he isn't good enough for you, if pissing Spider-Man isn't good enough for you, no one is. The way the game handles crimes and responsibility is top-notch
Very,
too. Crimes pop up on
very
your
true.
radio
She
via
was
the police
really
scanner,
harsh
and
with
whether or
Peter
not you
that
help
this
out or
entire
leave them
game.
to it is left entirely up to you. There's no obligation in the gameplay to do this other than having the residents not be very happy with you when you get to the ground level for messing everything up. It's all up to your conscience basically, which I suppose would be the same thing in real life. And hey, even if you decide to help out with every other thing that pops up, you get tokens for upgrade parts, XP for unlockable abilities, and much like the web swinging, the flow of the game is never compromised no matter what you decide to do. You're in and out before you even realize it half the time. Unlike this game, where you get interrupted constantly with loading screens and cutscenes every time Spider-Man decides to stop off and scratch his hairy arse
I
on
know.
scaffolding. And I must be honest, seeing the combat
was
stuck to
so
one camera angle when
stupid
you
in
stop
that
armed
game.
robberies is a lovely touch.
Are you really him? Not just a seriously good cosplayer?
Lady, that can't be the best cosplay of Spider-Man you've ever seen. Do you even know what Spider-Man looks like? Side quests and things to do around the city are pretty sweet
Yeah,
too,
like, what
and
the
I mentioned
fuck,
earlier,
lady?
all link into your upgrade crafting for new suits and upgrades with what the game calls tokens. So they're not only a fun distraction and very varied, but definitely worth doing anyway. Even better, with suit upgrades specifically, with every new skin that you unlock, you also get a new super move to play with. But if
Oh
you
yeah,
like
the
the move
suits
but
are
don't
so
like the
good.
suit, it doesn't matter because you can mix and match whenever you want and are never tied down to an ugly suit for the sake of a power-up. Assassin's Creed style towers to unlock more of the map are here to find, but you are Spider-Man! So it's automatically more fun and quicker to do.
ABGN,
There's
let's
collectible bags Peter
go!
left hidden around the city just in case of emergencies full of Spider-Man Easter eggs and little gadgets, and my favourite distraction quest was taking pictures of landmarks. Not only a tie into Peter Parker's old photography job, and not only a great excuse to mess with the game's light to see how gorgeous you can make it look, but once I discovered even this was incorporated into the flow and the speed of everything else, since you could web swing, leap, whip out the camera, aim it to slow the game down, take
That's-
the image
yeah,
and then
I
keep
loved
on
it.
swinging along without a second breath, I'm pretty sure I had to change my pants. It's like everything was thought of
Oh,
here.
God.
There's also some pretty decent pace-changing puzzles of a few varieties, both visual and logical. There's timed missions putting things under pressure for you, and scanning the environment is nowhere
With
near as broken as
Taskmaster's
it is in the Arkham games by
Taskmaster's
revealing
challenges, yeah.
absolutely
Those were
everything.
fun.
It mainly
And then
just
his
shows you
boss fight
certain
was fun,
enemies,
too.
objective markers, and doesn't change the look of the game, which is good, because if the game looked like this for 80% of it, I wouldn't want to make out with it anymore.
you want to know the best bit of this
Yeah,
game?
me
though?
neither.
Like, my favorite part of the whole thing? Once
What's
you reach
that? What's
the
that?
midway point, you get to fight.
Oh god, yeah, the MJ missions were just not the best
Okay,
in
yeah,
the
there's
first
actually a fair
game.
few parts of the game where you play as either Mary Jane Watson or Miles in these watered down and drawn out stealth segments. And they aren't awful, don't get me wrong, but easily are the worst parts of the game in comparison to everything else. Since Spidey can do all of what MJ
Yes.
can do, but more, it just feels like an unnecessary restriction for no reason, and not enough
Yes,
of a good excuse to
exactly.
slow the pace of the game down. Although I did love it when Spider-Man was actually
Agreed.
involved with these missions and you could command him to come down and make the enemies frigging launch up into the air like a deflated balloon. If there is one thing I'm not too keen.
But yeah, the one thing I loved about that in a sequel for Spider-Man 2 is that MJ has a taser and she can do a lot more, and now it actually feels like you can do something more. I mean, she gets a taser in this game as well at the very end of it. But in the second game, she's much more hardened and she's much more durable and she can do a lot more. And I love that about that, especially in Spider-Man 2. I'm so sorry again, guys. My mouse has like a double click thing going on, so it goes and knows the fuck out of me. Alright, back to the video.
On though, to be honest, it's the sodding climbing. Okay, to be exact, it's fine, but it just isn't that great, and for one of Spider-Man's main abilities, it's kinda shit that it isn't as perfect as the rest of the game. And I don't mean just inside
Yeah,
either.
that's
In
fair.
fact, indoors, I kind of understand why this doesn't work 100% of the time, because you're cramped into a confined space, and Insomniac probably didn't want us sticking to every single surface around you while shanking bad guys in the teeth. But anywhere else in the game, it can often be downright broken. Luckily, wall running and speedy parkour is great, and that is what the game is built around, but there are many moments of precise climbing that's needed, yet the game just doesn't allow you to do it. Or you logically should be able to do it, but the game just doesn't
But it
let
wouldn't
you,
let
forcing
you.
you to awkwardly flip backwards and lose your place, or more egregiously, get spotted while in stealth mode. Even in this bit, a square bloody room. I was stuck in this room for a good 10 minutes because I tried going through what I thought was the right place, but it wasn't, or because I came at it from the wrong angle. I mean, come on, even the PS1 games got this right. And this is a huge shame to me because the
did,
descendability
yeah.
is easily the best in any Spidey so far, if you ask me. It's not
I-
just a
I
fancy
still use that
with
move,
no
it's so
purpose. It
cool.
allows you to aim your webbing or zip towards new vantage points when you're stuck upside down to a wall, or even do stealth kills. And this janky, weird climbing can affect the smoothness of the stealth system itself, actually. I mean, the stealth system works, it's fine, but this is a game more concerned with the speedy reactions and fast-hitting combo building than slow strat.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something as smooth and simple to understand as Arkham, you're not going to get it here. Most of the time, you get one chance to be invisible, and then that's it. If you're spotted, you aren't anymore. And as far as I could see, there was no way to escape and re-hide yourself. I mean, there might be, I just couldn't figure it out how to do it myself. I did try. Oh, and sometimes the stealth doesn't work at all, like here. Are you telling me you didn't hear that, you pillock? It's got the basics at least. You can distract, plant traps, travel around vantage
That would
points
have
and hang
killed them
people up in
straight
webs,
up,
sneak
like,
up
oh my
behind people and take
goodness.
them down silently, but yeah, like I said, it's not Arkham levels of smooth and experimental. It's more for the sake of a bonus to make clearing a room out a little easier. And again, if the climbing was a little bit more refined, I'm sure I'd be singing a different tune.
How many other heroes fight crime and fix your shower?
You know Mario's
lot.
actually a plumber, right?
Now, as far as the rest of the story goes, it's not a
Oh my
major
God.
focus. It's as close to a campy, light-hearted comic book plot as it gets, and more like a week in the life of Spider-Man with all the twists, turns, and darker moments included for decent drama. But the interactions between every character and the witty remarks from Spidey himself, and even JJ abusing his callers and spouting anti-Spidey propaganda on the radio are all extremely well done.
It's clear we are at an impasse.
Yes,
My
they're
question
really
to you
good.
and
They
your
are
husband,
really,
madam,
really good.
Jared, go to commercial, then fire yourself. Then rehire yourself before the commercial ends. But no, your job hangs by a thread. If I paid you, I'd cut your salary in half.
The dialogue makes the characters who they are and the story entertaining, and the voice
I absolutely love JJ in this game as well, and then later on in the other games as well, he gets way more unhinged. To the point where I was like, bro, you have no idea. You're just spouting hatred now against Spider-Man for no reason. But again, it's really good though. I actually love JJ. I never turn his stuff off because it's absolutely hilarious to hear what he says and how he twists what we do in something that's like what we didn't do, and it's really, really good. But I agree.
acting is great too. Well, except for this bit.
First, I need a natural steroid. My brain will create nightmares that my body thinks are real. There's the greenhouse!
I mean, I know that you're poisoned and you're dying and everything, but what is this? Am I playing Spider-Man or watching a really shitty Shakespearean play?
The smaller details in the plot and the thought gone into why things work for the gameplay are what make it stand out to me, though. For example, the spider suit upgrades are from Dr. Otto Octavius, who thinks that Peter is the gadget designer for Spidey after he catches him working on his own suit. And by the way, yes, you are actually partners with Doc Ock before the shit hits the fan. You also have to hack police headquarters satellites to get real-time crime and map updates. It's not just a random go and clear out everybody here and jump on the top of this thing, then you unlock a thing. No, it's not like that. They even nailed Spidey's character down to the point of an unlockable move in your XP menu that lets you flip around and do tricks to get more XP.
Otto Octavius was so good in this game. It was amazing.
Does in the city during the game instead of just having more crimes to fight, because why not? Like in that quest when you had to help out the police and in return they won't tell anyone that you've been hacking their own satellites for your own map. That's ridiculously Spider-Man in terms of how it feels. And there's that part where you're so wrapped up in your hero work that you end up evicted from your apartment and have to stay with Aunt May in the shelter she works in. Or there's that moment where you have to help out an absent Harry Osborn since his father Norman cuts the funding to your research with Octavius, meaning that you aren't only helping Harry with his experiments, but also keeping a business venture for both of you alive for the future once you lose your job finally. There's plenty of personal missions here as well as the ridiculous hero action 24/7, and I appreciate that, along with all the appearances of most of the classic Spider-Man.
It was fun doing
villains
those
we all know
missions
and
for
love.
the houses, for the
here
Harry
at all.
missions are
All of
really
which have
fun.
quests that are more than simple running around and beating them up like in other games. They can jump in and interrupt your side quests
Black
related
Cat was
to them. They all have
awesome.
interesting plots to uncover aside from just being evil. And with the
And she
Sinister
was
Six
mega hot,
twist,
so.
yeah, that's only for the last quarter of the game to be fair, but their appearance is way too epic and changes up the city a ton since they release every prisoner onto the streets, and their boss battles are some of the best in the game. They may be here briefly compared to the other characters,
they
but still
are.
leave a huge impression, are a major threat that affects the future events of the game, and just look at them. This is the dream Spider-Man game from my youth. Black Cat's hide-and-seek missions to unlock a new suit in particular felt a lot like the Riddler trophies in Arkham. You know, if the Riddler wanted to sleep with you.
Maybe it's time to
Oh God, no.
the flame.
And I loved how most of the villains, no matter how big or small, directly
Silver
tie into
Sable,
the events of
baby.
the story and the other characters. They all have their own
Yuri.
motivations and grudges against each other, and it isn't simply a kill Spider-Man because he locked them up plot. Having Peter working alongside Doc Ock to create the arms and seeing the gradual Otto transformation from gentle, brilliant genius to unstable, insane monster is so cool and more sympathetic and understandable compared
It's
to
very-
other
it's
incarnations of the
very
character that
sad,
I've
yeah.
seen. I desperately didn't want him to become the evil Dr. Octopus because of his character and relationship to Peter, but there you go, this is Spider-Man after all, not psychologist man. More importantly though, the story knows to have
Oh my
fun
God.
with itself. Have you ever played a game with a mission involving a streamer sending her murderous fans after you and staging a kidnapping?
I fucking hated this bitch when I first fought her. Well, when I first did her stuff. Oh my God, I hated this bitch.
For the clicks, because it's here. Or how about one mission where you need to stop a fake Spider-Man getting too deep into everything and getting himself killed? Like usually
that was
it's the
so
case
cool.
that someone impersonates Spider-Man to frame him or something, but here it's just a guy that wants to help out, but he's getting a little bit over his head. Or how about that mission that sees you going to a Halloween party where internet memes live? And surprisingly, what I didn't see coming was the ending, which I found to be extremely emotional and a very satisfying conclusion
It
to the
was
events that have happened
incredible.
throughout the whole game, displaying some of the most character-driven moments in Spidey media history aside from the comics. And the cliffhanger ending is done correctly, concluding the story as telling perfectly fine, but opens itself up for a sequel with unanswered questions and teasing on unresolved conflicts that are hopefully going to be epic beatdowns in another game. This is how you do
And they
it, God of
were.
War. Not by building up the biggest, baddest gods throughout the entire game and giving you the same shitting repeated troll boss fight over and over again, only to end the game right when the actual bloody fight against something new is about to happen. Screw you!
I'm sorry. I still liked God of War, okay? I just didn't love it. I know that's got absolutely nothing to do with anything, but if I don't make that very clear, the internet will skewer my nuts on a bottle opener.
There's no sign of a few of the classic Spidey villains either, opening
What
up more
the fuck?
possibilities. The Goblins, Kraven, Carnage, and Venom, Sandman, Lizard, or Mysterio. Well, I mean, Mysterio is kind of in the game, but he's a little bit...
Hey, what's wrong with you?
So yes, I think the game earned itself a little teaser for another game, and do you know why it earned it? Because this may be the best superhero game I've ever played, which used to be Arkham Asylum, but not anymore. The open world is a sprawling playground and is just the right size, but certainly by the
Damn.
fluency and speed
Over
of the web swinging
Arkham
in case you
Asylum
find
is
it a little bit too
wow.
big for the same
I
city visuals
I mean
from
I
start to
almost
end.
agree
It's
to a
funny,
certain
it's
extent.
badass,
I
it's
have a
action-packed,
bias.
It's beautiful, it's
I have a
impressive,
bias
it's
towards
epic, it's
Spider-Man,
difficult, it's
so-
satisfying, and it looks a lot better than this game.
If you have a PS4 and haven't got this game yet, you should get it right now. You're doing yourself a disservice by not doing so.
Oh, I've
And
bought
if you
it
haven't got a
many
PS4,
times, and I've also bought it for
well, it's
friends.
pretty expensive. I think you should probably sort your bills out first. And unfortunately, I don't know any other way I can finish this video Other than with...
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, nicer than my nanny's flan. Buy the game, you will
Oh,
see.
God.
It's so good it'll make you weep. Watch out, PS4 Spider-Man. His real name is Bruce Banner. Spider...
Oh my god, like, wow.
My god, it feels so good to be out of that tossing suit. Hey there everybody, before the outtakes come on today, which will be soon, so please stay tuned, I just wanted to talk at your faces for a second. First of all, to thank the lovely
Okay.
Patreon supporters from the description below and scrolling on the screen right now, but also to just thank you generally for watching this video to the end, this far. This is a big video, so
Of
that really means a
course.
lot to me that you find me entertaining or informative enough to keep
I've
going.
always
and
found
I
you
hope that the
entertaining,
outtakes
Caddy.
will be a nice little reward for you and will give you a bit of a giggle. I really do hope so. But before we get there, I just want to be able to thank the top tier Patreon supporters on my channel. Omar Matu, Basil, Gamerman, I Have a Portal Gun, Robert Alamsha, Oblivion Rising,
I never
William
gonna watch the
Sanborn,
outtakes as
Exopaz,
well. I
Matthew
wanna see what
Hubble,
the outtakes
Zakari,
were.
Mills Kahai, Binary Code, Kirsten B, QB, Cyberpunk Symphony, Thomas Olsen, Nathan Young, Chumbawamba, Ellen Rupley,
This is a
Joshua
really good
Bonhammer,
video. I
James
agree with a lot
Nardiello,
of things that he
Daniel
said in this
Leon,
one.
DC
I do agree
Dungeon
with a lot
Master,
of it.
Braden Kenny, Mitchell Reed, Jane
Spider-Man
Ives, and Amy
PS4
Thornton
was
Smith.
literally,
Thank you
it
so
came
much,
out
every
on my
single one of you.
birthday,
You see
so
that
it
my
was like
eyes
it
are
was
shut?
made for me.
Because my eyes are shut right now, I can't see a sodding thing. Christ, Peter Parker, slow down! You're gonna give yourself a heart attack before you... Before... what? And this is me only talking about the web swinging, you know...
The knot didn't
Oh
work.
shit.
I'm not filming the next bit like this. I don't care how funny it looks. I feel like my nose is being slowly broken right now.
Oh god, yeah. I wonder how much that's, oh god, that must have hurt. Because with certain masks, they pull on your nose or they pull on your hair too, and it's really bad. Oh my god. That was actually a really good video. I actually really enjoyed that. Um, but again, guys, if you want to, of course, I will leave Caddy's channel in the description below. And if you like this video, please leave a like. And with that being said, my name is Mayabi, and I'll see you moonbeams in the next video. Alright, guys, bye-bye!